Good day, everyone. Today we will be discussing the cranes and mezzanine, and of course some other features. This is Matrix Classic already run. I will start a building by saying File, New, BIM, Building. I want to create a building with the mezzanine. I will keep it as an RF with 7 meters leaf height. Basing, I'll take it as a default. Everything here will be our default. So I go to the next page, which is the cranes. The cranes contains two tables, one upper table and one lower table. In the upper table, I will introduce the runway of my crane and the crane data sheet, such as crane capacity, bridge weight, trolley weight, wheel unfactored wheel load, wheel distance, bumper distance, arm brace length, vertical impact, horizontal impact, and longitudinal impact. And once I introduce the cranes here, the bottom table will display our crane beams in the railway. So because I have here an RF or a cleave span, okay, definitely I have to, let me change it to BC1 times 9, okay. I will go to my crane. I'll say aisle number 1. Why aisle number 1? Because put it here. Okay, I will generate the table. Generate first my drawings. To explain where we are. Okay, these are my cross sections. So as we said last time, that the left eave will be at grid line 1 and A, which is here. I have provided one intermediate column at 9 meters, as we can see. And the right eave will be at 1F. Now, because I have this is the first area divided by the intermediate column and the second area. So this I will call aisle number 1, and this I will call aisle number 2. And based on that, and I'm gonna say here that I want in aisle number 1, from grid line 1 to grid line 6, bridge span automatically has been considered 9 meters. Bracket height will become 5. The crane capacity 5 tons. Bridge weight it's around 3.5 to 4 tons. Trolley weight 0.5 tons. We can see the unit that I want to input my data. Unfactored wheel load 35. Wheel distance 2.25. This one is 2.75 bumper distance. And now I will explain what is a wheel distance and what is a bumper distance. I'm going to take as an example here table for a crane manufacturer, which is Konecranes in that case. Any other table?
Yeah.
So here we can see, this is a crane from the transverse view. This is the distance between the wheels, and this is the distance between the bumpers. R is the distance between the wheel from center to center, and S, because every crane do have a stopper at the end after the wheels, so I have to mention the S spacing, the bumper distance, which is from this point to that point. Okay, so based on that, I have to input the wheel distance and the bumper distance. The unfactored wheel load is whenever we see now the crane, it contains four wheels, as we can see in this picture, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the wheel load, the unfactored wheel load, is the static force coming that is coming from each wheel, from this wheel alone, from this wheel or this wheel alone, or this wheel alone or that wheel alone. And this data usually is taken from the crane manufacturer. So I'm going to put the unfactored vertical wheel load, and then after that, the wheel distance we explained, bumper distance we have explained, unbraced length. Then this is the unbraced length of the crane beam. So if we have a crane beam here at the railway, as we can see here, the crane beam. So the crane beam that will be under the cranes, so it can be braced laterally or it can be unbraced. Usually it is unbraced. I'm going to use the terms full because it's fully unbraced. This is what it means. The vertical impact, according to AISC, for pendant operated and overhead cranes is 10%. Horizontal impact is 20%. And longitudinal impact is 10%. So once I have given the information, we can see at the lower table that a set of crane beam has been generated automatically by GMatrix at the left side as well at the right side. So we have a list of crane at the left side of the building, and each crane railway crane beam is going to take the length of the base spacing automatically at the left side as well on the right side. So now, once generated this, the cranes, I'm gonna go to, I have the buttons, the control buttons on my right side. I can check my beams design, which is the first beam here. I can check all crane beams, and auto design all crane beams. So the first button is for an individual beam. If I wanna go to this beam, for example, I wanna go there, I wanna just manipulate with it manually, I can do that. I want to check all crane beams design. It checked automatically all the crane beams, they are all failing now, still not auto-designed. I can go to the auto-design all crane beams and just press here, and GMatrix will automatically design my crane beams. Okay? Now, if I want to control the crane beam dimension, for example, 400 by 5, 225 by 8, or 200 bottom flange by 6, I just want to change this one. I stand here at this line. I say crane beam design, and we can see here the dimensions. I can change this to 550, 450. I check my design here. I can see the stress ratios. Okay. Once I end it, I can see that my new dimension has came to the crane beam. So let me now take it back to 400. I design, I end, and my dimension has returned as it was. If I want to unify the beams, for example, I want to unify this beam to all the rest, I stand here, I say copy this beam to the other side, same bay. Then I say copy right beam, copy right and left beams to all other bays. Okay, and then because I changed the dimension, I have to go and check all the beams. I can see that I have some failures. Okay, let me go to the auto design again. Then I would prefer to, if I want to unify, I can unify the bigger one. Okay, not the smallest one. So anyway, let's keep our design this way. Save it. And go to the edit menu. I start by generating my frames. Always, whenever I have a change, I have to generate my frames again, my structure, purlins, girths, I will change this one to angle. I want to have angle bracing at the sides. Okay. I can go for auto design. Number 3. Okay. I design my frames, purlins, girths, point columns, bracing. Can save. I go to generate plans. Now I'm gonna generate the approval drawing or proposal drawing for the building, having one crane of 5 tons. And GMatrix generated the approval drawings. Sections. We can see our cross section with the crane brackets, with the bracket type. We have here in the plan, the crane runway plan has been generated at aisle number 1, from which grid line to which grid line, and the standard connection. Again, the standard connection, this is provided by GMatrix. In case you want to use your own standard, you can change this template to your standard. Okay. Same thing for the bill of material. Excel has started. Then, of course, I have to wait for the progress bar to complete printing on Excel. This will indicate to me that Excel has been completed, yes or no. Now it's still not. Now it's completed. I can go to Excel, check my crane beams, my crane brackets, the material, and the rest, you know it. Frame, roof sheeting, girts, wall sheetings, total weight of the building, unit weight per square meters, painting area, heavy steel, so on and on. Now this building is without sheeting. Also, we can see the area, but we cannot see the weight of the walls. Okay.